The Supreme Court has upheld the federal government's appeal challenging the verdict of the appeal court which dismissed the charges against Nnamdi Kanu. In upholding the government's appeal, the Supreme Court held that Kanu must face trial at the Federal High Court. The Supreme Court, in the judgment delivered by Justice Emmanuel Agim but prepared by Justice Garba Lawal, held that the Court of Appeal was wrong to rule that Kanu could not be tried again based on the illegality perpetrated against him by the federal government following the invasions of his home. Also, the court held that although the Nigerian government was reckless and unlawfully rendered Kanu from Kenya, such an unlawful act has not deprived any government from proceeding with trial. Justice Lawal said that no Nigerian law was cited in the suit seeking Kanu's release on the grounds of unlawful abduction from Kenya. According to the court, at the moment, the remedy for such an action is for Kanu to file a civil matter against the act instead of removing the powers of the court to continue with his trial for alleged criminal charges. The Apex Court subsequently ordered that Kanu should go and defend himself in the remaining 7 counts of terrorism charges against him. Kanu was not present in court for the judgment, the latest development in a case that has lasted for years.
The Supreme Court is the Supreme Court. What the Supreme Court says represents the law. We respect it. We go by it. There is no other way. We had hoped that it would come our way, but it has gone the other way. It simply means that we have to go back to the High Court and get done with this quickly. We still have hope. We're not in despair.
By the grace of God,
yes. So
victory is assured.
Yes,
at the end of the day.
We will lose a little time. We still have to go back. That's all it means. But I'm very consoled by what the Supreme Court said, that he ought not to have been treated the way he was treated. His bail ought not to have been revoked. His home ought to have been invaded. All that is a consolation to us. So we have hope. Thank you very much.
Friday's judgment was delivered amidst tight security and follow calls by Ohazi and some others for Kanu's release. Kanu, who is the leader of the proscribed secessionist group, the Indigenous People of Biafra, has been in detention since June 2021, which he was rearrested in Kenya and brought back to Nigeria.